Hello everybody. Welcome to the Trackalicious Summer GT3 Championship. This is our first race of the season, our qualifying race to determine the splits. I'm your host tonight, Reid Aldred, or Mr. Shy Guy. Just have a little bit left of free practice and we'll be right into qualifying. Yeah, Eric is the only one who can do that. And yeah. I don't know why I'm not able to change it when I go live, but it just doesn't. Feels good. Hopefully Eric can... Maybe I can send him a quick message before he goes out. Okay, I sent him a message. We'll see what happens. Alright, got a message back. It should be changed momentarily. As I believe Rivera, maybe the 27. Yeah, 27 may still be in a valid lap back there, so never mind. It looks like we're gonna jump straight in to the qualifying. So, we have 22 minutes of qualifying. The first minute, you were going to see no cars on track. The first minute is for setup changes, you know, so nobody misses out on qualifying time. So it's going to be split into 3 different... Awesome. Thanks, Eric. Good luck with the race, and we will talk to you in the end. And saying that, I will hop into the stream team chat. But as I was explaining, the first minute, no drivers, and then we have 3 different splits, so each split gets 7 minutes for qualifying, so the track isn't overly full all at once. As we see the drivers queuing up, and a couple of them should be going now. Let's see, we got the 720 out on track first. It's Andy Oak in the 720 McLaren, Studio 218 Martini Racing. Just started qualifying and we have 42 drivers in the server. Should be a very action-packed race with that many drivers. So as I stated earlier, towards the Quali race, when I mentioned the Quali race, this round won't have any points won't have any points paid out. It will just be to determine which split each driver is going to be in. But saying that, you definitely want to give it your all and see what kind of competition you'll be up against this season. As I believe the qualifying server, it ranged from anything from a 217 to a 225. So there's an 8-second gap between the quickest and the slowest driver. So yeah, there should be 42 drivers. Everybody should have at least one partner to race with. As we got Andy Oak just about to start his first flyer. Probably first of 2, maybe 3 laps, depending on how quickly you can get him done. As you only have 7 minutes. Each lap is about just over 2 1/4. So you might be able to get 3 laps down if you get out as soon as you can. But as he makes his way towards Eau Rouge, I'm going to try to stay flat the entire time up over Radillon and down the Kemmel Straight. Definitely going to have an advantage with a faster car like the McLaren going down the Kemmel Straight, whereas a Porsche might suffer a little bit due to the low speed nature of the car. Something like the Lexus, which you see Quinn Smith is driving right now, obviously still in the pits, but the Lexus will definitely have some top speed going through that through Eau Rouge, Radillon, and the Kemmel Straight. As he's just about finishing up with Sector 2. As he makes his way around Stavelot. Then this very windy section, but I believe you can take this flat out up until the chicane, or up until the breaking point for the chicane, as long as you have the setup correctly. So he makes his way around Blanchimont, makes his way towards the bus stop. Makes his way around the final turn. He's going to set the bar for these lap times. What is he going to start with? Starts with a 2:24.237. So he's going to get probably at least 1 more lap, maybe 2 more laps. But that is quickly dethroned by, I hope it's Steven and not Stefan, but I hope it's Stephen Buckley, but he takes first. Provisional pole with a 2:22.042. Then you have Cusworth, that's Jameson Cusworth with Herberth Motorsport in 4th with a 2:24.640, and then you got George Elmer with a 2:23.985. Then you got Eric Gukassian, currently sitting P6 with a 2:27.215. As I say that, he jumps down, or it's bumped down to P7 by Bruce Hopkins, 2:24.530. And I also just realized that this is a fast track right now and not an optimal, so those times will be a little slower, as Jonathan Biscotto with Saint-Aloc Racing currently setting provisional pole with a 2:22.015, just under 300ths, or just above Buckley with under 300ths. That's how close these top two are right now. Between P2 and P3, you have about a 1.9 second gap. It just shows the skill gap between these drivers. But qualifying doesn't mean everything, especially in a qualifying race. And I don't think I've mentioned it yet, but it is a doubleheader tonight, meaning that there will be 2 races, 30 minutes apiece, no mandatory pit stop, and for each race there will be a qualifying session, so if you have a bad first race you can always bounce back. As we're about to cross the 14-minute mark, there's going to be some cars queuing up at the end of pit lane as the split 2 drivers make their way out of the pits now. As these drivers, the 720 is finished. That's Oak. He just finished. He's going to be starting P3, it looks like, for his split. But there's still a couple more drivers to cross as we got Buckley. He is unable to improve, as now we'll jump on board with Cusworth, currently P6. He's going to jump up to P5, 39. Carlos Guzman with a 222.815, pushing him up to third, but quickly gets dethroned to P4. As we got Eric Gukasian, wasn't able, oh, he invalidated, so he wasn't able to improve. As now we got the 25 Aura Territorian with AIM High Sim Racing with a 225.847, currently in P9, and the 77 car, just the 77. Why don't I see a 77? Did they invalidate? Or is that a different class? That is a different class. He got out real early. Unless his badge just isn't right. But... oh, and they're in a wall. Daffer Rosano. Unlucky. But for your... is this split 3? I believe it's split 3. Your split 3 top 10 is Jonathan Piscato, Stephen Buckley, George Elmer, Carlos Guzman, Jose Guzman, Andy Oak, Jameson Cusworth, Bruce Hopkins, Aura Territorian, and Eric Gukasian. As we now have the split 2 drivers, they're about to start their qualifying session, or at least their first flyers, as we got Ross Fallon leading the way with the 55 Ferrari Rocher. That is a great name, as he makes his way around La Source. Makes his way down the straight, down to Eau Rouge. Make his way over top of Radion and down the Kemmel Straight. You gotta get just the right line, or else it's easy to invalidate going over Radion if you keep your foot planted down the whole time. As he makes his way towards Lacombe's. And Malmedy. Can use a lot of the curb there. You can take more than you would expect as he makes his way around Brussels. And around Speakers, again, you can use a lot of exit here, more than you would think. So he makes his way around No Name. I believe this is No Name. I hope. Towards this other next chicane, La Fonnier. And the last turn of the sector is Campus. Again, you can use a lot of curve, or a lot of the curb. So he makes his way around Stavelot. Not want to go in too wide, but using as much as you can. So makes his way around Paul Ferrer. A little flat out section until you, and then going around Blanchemont. He's only got the bus stop chicane to work with. What kind of time is he setting? He is currently at a 2:10. So he makes his way around the bus stop. And he's going to cross the lines. What is he going to set for these split 2 drivers? He jumps up to P3 and quickly to throw into P4 as Provolone, as Landry and Colin, they all set laps. Landry with a 219.360, Provolone with a 221.162, quickly dethroned by Caslasi, who jumps Provolone starting into P2 with a 221.137. Provolone with a 2:21.162. Very minimal amount of time between them, those two drivers, but just able to overtake it, as we also have Amir Lockany with Studio 218 Martini Racing, P4 with a 2:21.535. Tyler James in 5th so far. Bronson Turner 6th. William Colin in 7th. Fallon in 10th. And Julio Ortiz in 11th. We also got Jarek Snyder currently sitting P13. And Fabiano Pacheniak? I probably butchered that. P14. You got Kevin Yu, P18, and that is all of them so far. May have gotten missed a few positions there, but I hope I got mostly everyone. Hey, Ike Guy. So the season, I believe, goes till like mid-August, maybe. Let's see. So, the first official race starts next Sunday at Silverstone, same time, 8:30 PST, or at least qualifying. The last race ends August 14th. So, yeah. And Landry is silver right now, Ike Guy, just because this is the qualification race, so there's no points being given out after this race. This is kind of just to determine what the splits are going to finish as. So if you win this race, it doesn't really mean much. It just means you're most likely going to be in split 1. And Mr. Jose Guzman. I saw that. Both you and Carlos joined. You guys were sitting side by side in qualifying, wherever, 14 and 15th. How did the rest of your enduro go? Like the last hour go? I was tired and just kind of headed off. As Kevin Yu. Landry with a 2:19.360 taking provisional pole right now. Professor Chronotis just... Oh wait, I guess they're finished, as the Split 1 drivers now come out. And this will be our last split before we get on to the race. No, I unfortunately didn't see the beginning. I think I caught like the last 2 hours, but P8, that's great to hear. Who's leading the pack here? 28? That's Ed Kerstetter with 949 Sim Racing and the 28 Ferrari. Hey, Lugnut, how's it going tonight? As we got Kerstetter making his way through the bus stop as we speak, and he is going to be the first driver to set the bar for Split 1. Oh, damn, dude. Yeah, it happens, unfortunately. Especially with the cheetah curb. That curve is deadly. As Kerstetter makes his way towards Eau Rouge. Is this still broken? Yep, it's still broken. G. Steven, thanks for the raid. How was the stream? Were you racing, or what were you guys doing over there? How many rounds is it? I will get that for you right now. So, if you count the qualifying race, it is 11, but if you don't count this race, there is 10 rounds of points to point-paying rounds. So 10 rounds if you don't count the qualifying race, but only, yeah, but so 10 rounds with points. Oh, nice, dude. And just like that, I followed, and yeah, I'll, if I see you on, I'll definitely swing by the chat, swing by the stream, sorry, and, you know, chat it up a little bit. What game was it? Was it like Automobilista 2, R-Factor, Race Room, iRacing? As Ed Kirstead across the line with a 2:19.015, setting the bar for split one. As we got Padberg, 5/10 behind him. Melancon, P2, 1.32 behind him. Or 0.132, sorry. And you got Kenneth Portis II, 2:19.772. Ali Raza in 6th. Lamlin 7th. Lamlin 8th as Andreas Massachero takes 7th. Campbell 9th. Campbell 10th as Rivera takes 5th. ACC in WoW. You love to hear it. Yeah, I don't really play WoW, but obviously play some ACC and do some commentating, but thanks, man. Appreciate the lurk. Yeah, man, it's a great race, or it's a great league. Bunch of quick guys in here. A lot of nice guys in here. Just, you know, I have been unfortunate with some of the races I have been in, but it's racing, it happens. But, you know, it's still, for the most part, clean racing. It's close racing, and yeah. Fortunately, I get to bring you the action this season for both the Sunday GT3 League and the Thursday Mixed Championship League. And I appreciate the commentary, or the compliment. Holy, my goodness. As we have 28 Ed Kirsteader. Is he able to improve? It looks like he has just over 2/10 on his delta, but Marc-Andre Melancon, he has about 3/10 up, but Kirsteader about 3/10 up as he crosses with a 2:18.762, just beating out Quinn Smith by like 0.003 of a second. That is how close. That is a close 1-2 right now. As Ali Raza, he's going to cross the line. P11 as it stands with a 2:19.935. He was unable to improve last lap. As it looks like Melancon and Portis, they're still going. As we have number 8, who is Sophie Jones, about to cross the line, currently sitting P37. That's going to jump up to P14 with a 2:20.487 in the 13 car of Gage Gonzalez. P6 with a 2:19.335. As we still have, it looks like 3 drivers on the track, which that is Munir, Portis, and Melancon. as we will see what these drivers have in store for their final lap. Right now, Portis is just under 5 tenths. He's about 4.5 tenths as we speak, as he makes his way towards La Fournier. This could be a scorcher of a lap from him. 5 tenths? I believe that would jump him up to P1 if he's able to stick this lap. He might take pole position with this lap. As long as he keeps it valid and he keeps it quick, it could be a very close finish. Hey Gisu Motorsport, how are you doing tonight? Still able to join for next week. Let's see. In a second, as he's about to cross the line, Portis from P4 to P3. Oh, he was so close. Half a tenth from taking pole position. Half a tenth between the top 3 drivers. That is a spicy qualifying session, as I am a terrible person and missed the last couple laps, but
What about the night qualifying? Are you worried about that?
it was a scorcher of a lap, that's for sure. That was close as heck. Let's see. It looks like you'll be able to... might be able to join as a reserve driver, so if someone's not able to make it, you might have a shot. But right now, it is 53 out of 50. So, yeah, you can still try to get into the... into the series, but you'll only be classified as a reserve.
You're currently P15. Do you think you can go faster than night qualifying? I think you can.
I hope so. First shot we did was okay, but we had a bit of traffic and could have been better. And we changed something on the car for the second one. It wasn't really an improvement, so we couldn't put more time on.
Dude, you better be stuffing your face with something good, that's all I'm saying.
Everything together. We have a good car, except we just have so much experience.
As the qualifying session comes to a close, and the race, we're about to start the formation lap with our, I believe it's 40 drivers right now. It seems like we have lost 2 since the start of the race, or start of the session.
It's fun. It's quite a challenge. I like it. I think it suits my driving style. So it's nice. Everything was new. In the beginning, it was quite a lot to learn.
Chicken enchiladas. That sounds amazing. But anyways, just under a minute before we get this formation lap kicked off. We'll do a quick rundown of the grid. Taking pole position, we have Ed Kerstetter with 949 Sim Racing in the 28 Ferrari, taking pole position by 3 thousandths over Quinn Smith, who was alongside him in P2. Quinn Smith with Madhouse Racing, the 999 Lexus. Kenneth Portis, half a tenth behind Ed Kerstetter, landing him into P3. Alongside him in the second row is Marc-Andre Melancon. P5 and 6, you got Rivera and Manier in the third row of the grid. 7th, you got Gage Gonzalez. 8th, you got Nate Lamlin. 9th, Antoine Landry. And Jacob Padberg rounding out the top 10. Landry being the top split 2 driver, but again, this is just the qualification race, so this will not be a points paying race. 11th, you got Will Campbell. 12th, Ali Raza. 13th, Andreas Mostachero. 14th, Sophie Jones, sorry. 15th, Jarek Snyder. 16th, Mike Burkhoff. 17th, Provolone. 18th, Amir Lakany. 19th, William Cullen. And Daniel Kaslasy. But that is your top 20 as we make our way towards Professor Chronotis, who is currently sitting P21 in that 42 Honda. Julio Ortiz, 22. Ross Fallon, 23. Bronson Turner, 24. Then you got Stephen Buckley, the pole position for Split 3 in that 73 Audi. Behind him, you got Chris Moses, George Elmer, Fabiano Pancheniak, Carlos Guzman, and Jose Guzman. The Guzman brothers rounding out the top 29th and top 30. Behind them, you got Andy Yoke, Kevin Yu, Jameson Cusworth, Bruce Hopkins, Eric Kukasian, Ora Titorian, Matt Artem, Matthew Taylor, Aaron Kuhn, and Dafa Rosano, rounding out the top 40. As I believe Rosano wasn't able to set a valid lap, and he was DQ'd anyways for being out past his allotted time. As we still have probably a couple minutes before this race starts. As we have a pretty warm one on the track. We have 27 degrees ambient and 35 degrees on the track. It's going to get very hot for some of these drivers, but luckily they're only 30-minute races, as we literally just saw the track go from fast to optimum like 5 seconds ago. There is no wind, and it is all sunshine here at Spa. For sure, Quali was dangerous. What the heck was that? Did anyone else hear that, or was that just on my end? Okay, anyways, I can still hear. Seems like the audio levels are yeah, like what the heck? You heard that? I don't know what that was. Anyways, drivers making their way around Blanchimont and making their way up to the bus stop as they start lining up side by side. And one Nemesis. How are you doing tonight, my friend? We got a Provolone fan in the chat. Currently sitting P17 at the start of this race. As they cross the start-finish, but for those of you who don't know, Spa doesn't start at the start-finish. They start after La Source on their way down to Eau Rouge. And if you didn't know, now you know. As the drivers start making their way around La Source, Kerstetter, he's going to be on the outside going into Eau Rouge, but on the inside on Radion. As they start making their way down this straight towards Eau Rouge, waiting for the race director to give us the green flag, and then we start our first race of the evening as we start racing. Any second now, and we are green, and Ed Kerstetter and Quinn Smith. It looks like Kerstetter got a very good start. Quinn Smith looks like didn't get a very good start, as Kenneth Portis is beside him. Going as we make our way through Eau Rouge and Radion. A couple people going wide, a couple people going short, but it looks like for the most part it is all green going through Eau Rouge. Oh, there's a little bit of a pile up towards the back of the field. And there is quite a few drivers involved, as Eric Kakasian is still on the wall. Fallon's facing the wrong way. You hate to see it. Oh no. As Ed Kerstedt are still leading this race, and we have a couple already returning to the pits. As we got Oak and Kuhn, their race is going to come to a close. And that is unfortunate, but hopefully they come out back on track, get a little bit of extra practice towards that second race, maybe improve the qualifying, as Eric Kakasian is still yellow and he returns to garage. Looks like he may have suffered a lot of damage there, as Ed Kerstetter got off well. Quinn Smith was able to get back P2 because Kenneth Smith got a rocket of a start and looks like was challenging him towards the beginning of the race. As we got Gage Gonzalez being closely trailed by Lamlin, Nate Lamlin. As we got Colin trying to make a move on Keslassi. I'm going to keep butchering that name because I can't pronounce it very well. Guzman, Jose Guzman, in the 129 Honda. He's keeping it close to Buckley, but behind him is Jay Cusworth in that 27 Porsche. Luckily, the Porsche isn't known for its speed, and he might be challenged by Hopkins going through Blanchimont. It looks like Hopkins backs off a little bit. Ooh, as we got Moses going backwards, and he, it looks like, may have hit... Who was that? Guzman? No, that wasn't Guzman. Who was that? That was Turner, who may have got a piece of that. Very unlucky. As Turner and Cusworth side by side through La Source. We're going to go too wide. Cusworth going very wide. Not able to make the move stick. So make their way through Eau Rouge and Radion. Looks like Cusworth is right on the tail of Turner. Is he going to be able to make a move? But Hopkins also has to be careful for the McLaren, or Cusworth has to be careful from the McLaren, as McLaren sends it 3 wide. McLaren easily clears Cusworth, but he overshoots it, and he is going to lose a couple positions from that. He's going to drop all the way to P28 as he overshoots Lecombs, I believe. No, that is Lecombs. He overshoots it. He is going to lose out because of it, as we still have Kerstetter leading Quinn Smith by about 3/10. As numbered 129, there's a yellow flag for them. That's Jose Guzman. Wonder what happened there, as he drops to P24 and is too wide with Kevin Yu, as Kevin Yu was forced wide, and Artem is trying to make a move on the inside as he tries for the cutback. As you got Artem, and gets a piece of Mostachero, putting Mostachero in the grass, but Artem goes wide. As Jones and Castellet, they get tangled up going around that long bendy section. Oh, and Jones! No! Jones just destroys Cusworth on a terrible rejoin. Oh, you are not happy if you're Cusworth. Oh, no. As it looks like there's more yellow around Blanchimont. No, it just looks like it's still Cusworth, as he struggled to get that Porsche going again, because that was a huge hit. You hate to see it, as Quinn Smith gets by Kerstetter going down the Kemmel Straight, that long straight. But Kerstetter tries to send it back on the outside, but goes a little too deep. And that gives Quinn Smith about a 7/10 gap, as Kenneth Portis and Melancon are going to be fighting it out here rather shortly as they make their way around the hairpin. As 14, Andreas Mostachero is in a wall, and that is his race. Wonder what happened there as Hopkins and Campbell, they're coming down towards Lacombe's now. Looks like Campbell got a better X, and he's going to send it on the inside. And is he? I believe he was able to make the. And he makes the move stick. Nice move from him, as Carlos Guzman might be under fire from Ortiz. But Guzman also has Lacany in his sights. Let's see what kind of action we got going on. You got Kenneth Portis having to take the defensive line on Melancon, going through the bus stop. He's able to keep ahead. But now you got Melancon. Might be under fire from Rivera soon. One mistake from any of these drivers could cost them 2 to 3 positions. If you're Melancon or Rivera, as they make their way down Eau Rouge and up over Radion. Ooh, as it looks like they've got a little bit loose there. But might have just me as Melancon. Well, that's Moses on the inside. A lapped car just gets out of the way. I believe that might have gotten in the way a little bit for, was that Gonzalez? But, you know, he really had nowhere to go, and Gonzalez had to respect that. But Rivera, currently under fire from Landry. Because you got Ortiz making his around Lacany. Lacany might not let that go in vain, as he was thinking about it. He's making himself known. He's making his presence known in the mirrors of Ortiz. As Sophie Jones and Matthew Taylor going at it. So they make their way around the hairpin, but Taylor might be under fire from Territorian in a couple seconds. As we got we still have Rivera, Landry, and Gonzalez. The closest battle on track right now. The three of them as they make their way toward past the lap car of Oak. As that Landry had to go real wide through Blanchimont. As they make their way towards the bus stop. Getting real close, getting bumper to bumper on each other. Ooh, and it looks like Gonzalez was thinking about making the move on Landry in the distance there. As we got Campbell and Elmer, they make their way around Blanchimont. Doesn't look like Elmer is going to be close enough to make a move at the bus stop, but there is yellow for Ed Kerstetter at Radion. Wonder what happened there. As we got Landry and Gonzalez side by side going down the Kemmel Straight through Lecombs. As it looks like Landry is still ahead and is able to hold on. We got a Bruce Hopkins fan in the chat. And Kerstetter is just able to get going now. See, now in 22 is Bruce Hopkins, P25. Not really too close to anybody. He's about a 7/10 off of about a second, 1.3 seconds off actually, but there's still tons of time to make it up, and yeah, still another race after this one. As we still have Rivera and Landry still bumper to bumper. Oh, it might have been a little bit of a tap, but it might not have been. That might have just been netcode. But these two are just sticking to each other like glue. This is still the closest battle on track right now. As your race lead, Quinn Smith with Madhouse Racing has a 3.5 second gap to Marc-Andre Melancon with that 45 Test Racing Ferrari. About 6/10 back is Kenneth Portis II with Sausage Curb Racing in that 84 Honda. As Gage Gonzalez, currently sitting P6, has your current fastest lap of the race. As Padberg and Lamlin sends it up, but I believe he sent it up the inside of the bus stop there. Padberg might try to challenge that back, but it looks like they were able to keep it clean. As Padberg tries for the switchback at Lexource to make their way down this straight. See if the McLaren can get a little bit of a slipstream. As Landry and Gonzalez neck and neck, the slipstream of that with the Honda is gonna force Rivera to take Landry to take the defensive line going through Lacombe's. I'm getting these names all mixed up. As Matt Artem, Jose Guzman is going to have the slipstream coming around here, and the Audi isn't known for its top speed. So he might try to make a move, but it doesn't look like he was close enough to make a move going into Lacombe's. But he is on his wing, that's for sure. If you're Artem, you gotta know, but oh, a little bit of a twitchy moment for Guzman. He's able to save it, but he's gonna lose time as Hopkins is gonna get by Elmer, bumping him up to P24. So we got Lamlin and Padberg now. Nate Lamlin with NML Racing in the 11 BMW. Jacob Padberg, Studio 2108 Martini Racing 888 McLaren right behind him as they make their way around this bendy part of the track. And Blanchimont, is he going to try him with the cutback? He's going to force Lamlin to take the defensive line going into the bus stop. He's going to leave the room. He is. But it looks like Padberg is going to take the lead after that. But looks like Lamlin has the top speed to contest. They are side by side as they make their way towards La Source. Padberg is... and it looks like Lamlin is able to retake his position as Gonzalez gets by Landry. Ooh, it looks like there was a little bit of oversteer from there. From Gonzalez, and Landry's going to take his position back, but looked like it was off track, so I don't know if there's anything protestable there on the last. Oh, big spin from William Coleman coming over Radion. William Cullen coming over Radion. And that looks like a damaged Ferrari as he is going to stop, and I think he's going to call it a 66. There was a... nope, he's going to keep going. But there was another yellow flag, but I have no clue who it was. Anyways, we'll get back into the action as we got Chronotis, Ortiz and Buckley going neck and neck, door to door, as we reach the halfway point in this race, as the 48 is still yellow flag, struggling to get going, and hopefully doesn't catch anybody on the rejoin. It looks like everybody's going to stay safe. But look at this train of drivers. You got Chronotis. You got Andreas Mostachero, who really doesn't belong back here, but he had a moment towards the beginning of this race. As you got Chronotis, Mostachero, Ortiz, Buckley, and Artem. As Chronotis is under fire from Ortiz, as the lap car of Mostachero. Chronotis probably knows that Mostachero is quicker than him, as Andreas Mostachero was usually at the front of the pack last season. So letting him by almost cost him to Ortiz. So they make their way around Blanchimont. Is the Lambo going to try something going into the bus stop? Doesn't look like he's going to have the run on him. As Guzman's yellow flagged, but he is okay now. Don't know what happened there, but Gonzalez and Landry still going at it. Landry's going to have the slipstream, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough as they make their way through the combs. Gage Gonzalez still leading Landry. We've got Sophie Jones being trailed by Bronson Turner. Make their way around the source. They both should be relatively the same speed, depending on what kind of downforce they're running on these setups. As it actually looks like Sophie is able to pull away from Turner a little bit. As we still got Chronotis and Ortiz going at it, as Mostachero is, I believe, trying to get by, was that Guzman? That was Guzman. Let's see. We got Rosano and Kaslassi. Kaslassi's got the inside line coming around the hairpin. Rosano's gonna run wide, and Kaslassi's gonna take the position and make it stick going around the hairpin. Nice move from them as Chronotis and Ortiz are side by side with Buckley right on his bumper, and Ortiz and Artem as well. This train of 4 drivers, there's not even a tenth between the 4 of them, as they all slot in one by one as they make their way around Blanchimont. Chronotis able to hold on to P14, but this race is going to get spicy towards the end of it as Chronotis takes a little bit of a curb, goes a little wide. It's gonna affect his exit. So he might have to take the defensive line going into La Source. He's not going to, as Ortiz is going to make the lunge. And he makes the lunge around La Source. They're still going to be side by side, but Chronotis is still slightly ahead. The move doesn't pay off for Ortiz as they make their way over Radion. A few of them get a little loose there, but able to keep it clean as it looks like Ortiz and Buckley are going to have a run at one another. Ortiz has to take the defensive line. As this train of drivers ooh, Chronotis looks like he may have got a little loose there, and he's going to take the defensive line going around the hairpin. Let's see if Buckley follows through. It looks like Buckley's going to follow through, and they're going to go side by side. But Ortiz is able to hang on to the position for now, or Yeah, he's going to hang on to the position for now. As it looks like Artem is trying to send it on the inside. He doesn't. But that is Ortiz going wide, and he's going to lose out a little bit. He's going to lose out on a couple positions from that small mistake, as Artem was thinking about sending it on the inside. But this is a spicy battle between 15th, 16th, 17th. I believe Kerstetter's in the mix as well, but unfortunately he got tangled up earlier on in the race. But he is in this fight as well. As Buckley and Artem pull away a little bit, as Chronotis has built himself quite a gap, as we got Buckley and Artem going side by side. Buckley is gonna be ahead going into Blanchimont. Let's see what Artem does here. It's not gonna make the lunge, as they're gonna go. Oh, Artem overshoots it a little bit, and that's gonna let It's gonna let Kerstetter try to get around him. Again, Kerstetter is a blue flag, but Kerstetter is a front runner. As we all know, just had an earlier incident. Now, if you're Jose Guzman, you're trying to get the best slipstream you can from Kerstetter, so that when Kerstetter makes the pass on Artem, which is... Oh, Artem's going to run it a little wide. He's going to have to lift unless he wants the track cut. But Buckley, they're going to go side by side, forces Buckley to take the defensive line going into Lacombe's. But Artem is just going to clear Buckley going down the Kemmel Straight. Hey Fetty, how's it going tonight? Let's see, is there any close battles? We've been focusing. We got... No, that's just the pit lane. I don't know why it showed me it was so close. As we got Colin and Cass Lassie side by side going down the Kemmel Straight into Lacombe's, because Lassie's going to take the position to make their way around Lacombe's, as we got Guzman now under fire from Yu. Guzman's going to run a little wide, it seems, but Yu and Ortiz right on the wing. Because they're going to go side by side, Yu and Ortiz. This is the closest battle on track right now between Kevin Yu and Julio Ortiz. As it looks like Julio might try to do something around Blanchimont. He's going to send it on the inside of the bus stop. They're going to keep it clean, but Yu is able to hold on to the position. But Yu's going to have to take a defensive line going into La Source. And as we've seen earlier in the race, the outside line usually has the better exit. As Kevin Yu and Ortiz, they're still side by side. As it looks like Ortiz is past Yu as they make their way through Eau Rouge and Radion. But Yu is going to have the slipstream from Ortiz. So he could get the position back at the end of this straight. Depending on... Ooh, Ortiz takes the defensive line. Going through Lacombe's. He's going to try to switch back. He gets in Ortiz's head and forces him to go wide. Goes a little shallow and goes a little wide. Yu, he's going to think about sending it on the inside. Doesn't send it, but he is making his presence known. He's telling Julio that he is there. That, oh, as Julio goes wide and almost hits the wall. When I said you could go wide there, I didn't mean that wide. As we got Carlos Guzman being closed in on by Professor Chronotis for P13. Just under 5 minutes to go. We have your race leader, Quinn Smith with Madhouse Racing. Has about just over 2.5 seconds between him and P2, and that is the P2 of Marc-Andre Melancon. Then behind him, you have about 3.7 seconds to Kenneth Portis II in P3. Landry and Gonzalez are about half a second, as there is 40... Oh, may have been contact between Guzman and Chronotis. We didn't see that, as it looks like 27 of Manier got tangled up at the top of Radion. Wonder what happened there, but as I was saying with Guzman and Chronotis, they were battling it out. So they may... was there contact? There could have been, but we don't know. As Manier spins through Lacombe's, and that's going to finish his race. Very unfortunate from Manier, sorry. I don't know how I butchered that name so poorly. But Landry and Gonzalez just under half a second apart for P5 and 6. Ooh, that's Fabiano. A little bit of drama at the hairpin. Gonna drop down to P30, waits for a clean moment to rejoin, and he does, or they do. As Gonzalez and Landry side by side with Eric Gukassian, as Gukassian just lets them by. As Gukassian is a back marker, a very smart move from him. As they make their way around Blanchimont, as there is more yellow towards the back of the field. Is Gonzalez going to try something? He's going to have to take the outside line. Oh, but Landry a little bit of contact as Gonzalez gets a little tangled up with Landry. He keeps it out of the wall, but Gonzalez is going to lose out. Not going to be very happy about that one. Don't know how much from the camera angle that we had, but it does not look like he gave him enough room. But obviously we won't decide that here. As we don't have too many close battles, we got Artem and Guzman still 7/10 apart, but that is the closest battle on track right now. As we have under 2 minutes to go, we might be on our final lap of the race, depending on when Quinn Smith crossed the line. Take a look at that. No, it looks like we should have one more lap after this. Because now we got Bruce Hopkins and Sophie Jones battling for P22, both McLarens. As Jones gets by Hopkins around the source, but Jones goes wide. It looks like they got a better exit. Good thing about these 30-minute sprint races is you have three track wardings that you can use, and it's only a 30-minute race, so you don't have to worry about it too much, but it's still possible. Because now we got Raza being chased by Provolone. And Quinn Smith starts the final lap of the race, as there is drama for Guzman and somebody else. Oh, big spin. And hopefully doesn't collect anybody on his re-entry. 76. Was that a back marker? I think he got tangled up with a back marker there. That is very unfortunate for Jose Guzman. As we jump on board with the other Guzman, Carlos looks like he might be under fire from Stephen Buckley real soon as they make their way around Blanchimont. Looks like Buckley was thinking about it. He's making himself known in the mirrors of Guzman. As my game freezes. And I think I may have crashed. Nope, I'm... Oh, my goodness. That is probably awful sounding. I'm going to mute the desktop audio for now. Because that sounds awful. But... yeah, that's a... What the heck happened? Okay. The stream isn't frozen, per se. I don't really have a be right back scene, so we'll throw it to there. Okay. That worked. Yeah, we'll see if the server crashed or if it was just my game freezing. Oh no, the server did crash. Yikes. Oh no, it did. We'll throw it, okay. Now that is unfortunate, folks. That was the entire server crashed. Not just my game. That is unfortunate. You hate to see it, folks. I know, dude, you're having such a good race. Your brother got tangled up towards the end of that one before it crashed. I think he got tangled up with a back marker. I didn't see what happened, but it was unfortunate. I know. I thought, like, that's what I thought as well. I thought my game was about to crash. Yeah, if you take a look in the GT3 chat in the Trackalicious Discord, Ortiz's games crashed. Andreas Mastachero's game crapped itself. So, yeah. I got understeer, I guess. That's unfortunate. Understeer and someone took him out. Yeah, I had to force close mine as well.
Hello.
Hey, Eric. That's unlucky.
So it looks like the server crashed or something crazy happened because everybody's computers froze. So we're gonna restart the server and then hop into race 2.
Yeah, I was just nervous that it was my game crashed,
No,
but
no, it was all of
yes.
us.
And then I popped into the GT3 chat and looks like Ortiz said his game crashed, Andreas said his crashed. It's like, okay, it just wasn't just me.
Yeah, no, all of us went down. Okay, just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, thanks for that.
All right, see ya.
See ya. That was your fearless leader, Eric Gukasian. The community leader over at Trackalicious, just making sure we knew it was the server that crashed and not just us. So as you heard, we're gonna restart the server, and we're gonna jump right into second quali. So, I'll reopen ACC and wait for the server to come back up. Alright, looks like the server is back up, folks. So if you are a driver here, make sure to hop back into that server. You got about 10 minutes of free practice. So you got about 10 minutes to join the server before quali starts. But saying that, we will take a quick break. Yeah, I didn't see what happened, Jose, but I just saw you were yellow with the back marker, which was unlucky. Carlos said he understeered into you going around double gauche, I believe it's called. Or was your wheel was going crazy. Or I don't know. I just know you were yellow with a back marker, which is unfortunate. So, saying that, I'm going to take a real quick break before we get into this next qualifying session. I'm going to go refill my water, grab a quick snack. Be back with you folks shortly. Alright, welcome back, folks. We'll get this started up again here shortly. So some of these are actually broken. Yeah, I don't know if you're still here, Jose, but yeah, is yours what is it? A direct drive, a DD wheel? Because that can happen with a direct drive. Like, that's why a lot of people, like a lot of leagues, will say don't crash into people like after the race is over, because if they still have their hands on their wheel and it's a direct drive, that was my phone, and it's a direct drive wheel, you can like break somebody's wrists with that. It's brutal how strong they are, but the feel you get with them, I've heard, is amazing. So oh, server went down. This is an unfortunate evening. I'll just mute the game for a second, because we're gonna have to leave the server. Okay, looks like we're back again. As we will keep the music just for a little bit until we know what's going on. We'll see if hopefully the server stays live this time. As we have 33 drivers back in the server already, that's what you love to see. Yikes, why does that look so choppy on my end? Okay, I think that might have just, yeah, I don't know. So, I think we've got 36 back in the server so far. And as for race 1, I am not 100% sure. Obviously, let's see, not obviously, but the league admins could, I guess, look back at the stream, kind of see where everybody was before the crash, and kind of put that out there. Like, I don't know, that's a tough one. Like, I obviously wouldn't want to be in their position right now, because that was obvious. That was not good. Yeah, just well, have to see what they think. I'm gonna keep my eye on the GT3 chat, see if anything happens. Alright, just over 3 minutes to go in free practice. We have about 39 drivers on the server right now, which is great considering I believe we started the night out with a 42. I think we finished with, would have finished that race with 40. Big spin from Burkhoff. See what if we can go back to see what happened to Eric Gukasi in here. Just drove. Looks like he was going off. Again. Like, is that like... There's the gunshot again. should be getting into qualifying any second here. Seems like we got a couple more drivers that need to cross the line. As we start qualifying, the second of the evening, after that first unfortunate... Oh, TV2 doesn't want to work in the pits. As we got the number 5 car, Eric Kukasi, and he's going to start queuing up already. As if you're just tuning in for the second qualifying session of the evening, the first minute is for setup changes, and then for each split there is 7 minutes of qualifying. So split 3 will be from 21 to 14, split 2 from 14 to 7, and split 1 7 to checkered flag. So we see a driver behind Eric Kukasi. We see 2 of them. You got Eric. You got Carlos. And we got one more. We got Taylor. We got a couple coming out. We got Territorian. We got Buckley. Eric Kukasian is going to be the first one out, so he's going to be the first one to set his flyer. Ooh, a little bit of grass there for Eric. Looks like he may have got a little loose there. I think is he letting him by? It looks like he's letting him by. I think he was a little confused there. As it gives the lead to Jose Guzman in that 129 Honda. I don't know why my game is just like stuttering a little bit now. Try that, but we'll see what goes on. So Jose Guzman is the first one to start his flyer. Right behind him is Eric Kukasian. Hopefully he built himself enough of a gap that he won't catch Guzman and have to abort his lap. Well, while we're waiting for the first laps to come across the line, what we can do is announce some of the events going on in the Trackalicious community. So, as you know, you're here, so you know about this championship, the GT3 championship, on Sunday nights, 8:30 p.m. EST. On Tuesday nights, we've got the M2 Porsche Cup Tuesday Night Beer League, Beer Cup with Box 3 Motorsports, 949 Sim Racing, and Trackalicious. Thursday, we have the Trackalicious GT3 GT4 Mixed Class Championship. Be sure to check that out. We did our qualifying race for that league over on Thursday. Round 1 is next Thursday, I believe, and I can't remember where it is. But it's somewhere. And then Saturdays, once a month, we have GT3 GT4 Mixed Class Driver Swap 6-hour Enduro with 949, Box 3 Motorsports, and Trackalicious. Now, saying that, I believe it did get updated to just GT3 in 6-hour Enduro. So yeah, I believe that's everything. The Sunday, the Tuesday, the Thursday, and the Saturday. As we go into that, we will see what times. We kind of just forgot about the times. You got Jose Guzman and Carlos Guzman again, side by side. A 1-2 finish for the split 3, the Guzman brothers. Jose taking your pole, and Carlos but a 10th behind him. In third, you got Oak. You got Andy Oak. Fourth, you got Bruce Hopkins. Fifth, you got G. Elmer. And sixth, you got Territorian. Looks like Buckley is about to cross the line. And maybe with the same with Biscotto, Gukasian, and Taylor. And Kuhn. Well, their qualifying is just ending now, so 73 will be the first lap finished. That's Buckley. That's Stephen Buckley from 9th all the way to first with a 2:26.47. I don't know why I thought we were done. You got Biscotto, P2. You got Gukasian taking P1 provisional pole for split 3. You got Guzman, P3. Number 22 of Elmer. Is he able to improve? It looks like he's about 2 seconds up on his time. That is definitely going to jump him up to P6. Nice lap from him. As we got Aaron Kuhn, the Stooch Racing McLaren. That is a nice livery. He crosses the line to P4. And Andy Oak, he's going to finish up in P5th. As Eric Gukasian is your split 3 pole setter, followed by Stephen Buckley and Carlos Guzman taking the final podium position in this qualifying session. Yep, put it up on the big screen. So now we got the split 2 drivers out. Who leads the pack? That is 82, it looks like. See if we can find them. That is Provolone. He makes his way to the bus stop. First one out, he doesn't need to build himself any kind of gap. He could just send it. So he makes his way down towards the source. See all the yellow towards the bus stop, but that's just the driver slowing down, giving them a bit of a gap to the driver ahead, so don't accidentally catch them and have to ruin their lap. As Provolone makes his way down the Kemmel Straight towards Lacombe's. Then around Lacombe's he comes, and he's gonna go to Malmedy. So he makes his way towards Brussels. That was a very unfortunate finish to the first race, though. Server crashed and unlucky. Hopefully we can get through this race with no crashes. Some of these times have started to cross the line. We got Landry with a 2:18.4 right now. Colin about 1.1 seconds behind him. Artem 1.4 seconds behind. Keslassi almost 2 seconds behind. Chronotis 2.2. This qualifying is a little more spread out. But we still have the split one folks to see what we get towards the end of this qualifying. We got 82. That's Provolone, currently sitting P33. You have to set a lap. So setting a lap makes his way around Blanchimont. He's just got the bus stop to contend with. Comes around to the bus stop now. We'll see where he ends up from 33rd to 4th with a 2:19.952, but he still has one more lap and he is going to be the last one to cross the line. That's 55 of Fallon, P7, 85 of Snyder, P4, the 66 of Lackany, you have P6, the 76 of Pancheniak, 13th, 95 Kevin Yu, 15th. You got the 81 car, Turner in 20, the 41 car. I don't know where the 41 car is. I don't know if they're... I don't know. Anyways, we're coming towards the end of qualifying. We just have one more split to go as Landry looks like he's going to take pole for Division 2 unless Provolone has anything to say about it, but I actually think Provolone... Oh my goodness, what happened? Provolone ended P6 and he invalidated his lap. So, Landry P1, Chronotis P2, Colin P3, Artem P4, Snyder P5, Provolone P6, Lackany P7, Caslasi 59, or 8th in the 59 Lamborghini. You got Fallon in 9th, Pancheniak in 13th, Yu in 15th, Ortiz in 19th, Turner in 20th, and we have Rosano, who was unable to complete a lap. As we got all the split one drivers, it looks like the 28 of Ed Kerstetter is the first one out. Old man Buckley. Where do we have Buckley? P11. That's where old man Buckley is, to put Ellis 4TW's words. How are you doing tonight, Ellis? As Kerstetter makes his way through Lacombe's towards Malmedy. Short straight to the hairpin of Brussels. And then around Speaker. Can take a lot of the curb there without invalidating. I believe it's double gauche. Is that what it's called? Yeah, double gauche. So he makes his way around Lafreniere. Around campus. So he starts Sector 3 and goes around Stavelot. You go flat around this section. Very windy section. So you make your way towards Blanchimont. Towards the bus stop chicane. Where is he going to set the pack? It looks like he overshot that a little bit. But we'll see where he ends up. His first lap. A 2:18.725, putting him up to P2. Kenneth Portis the second, P3 as Melancon is P1, Munir P2. Got a couple more drivers crossing the line. You got Campbell in P16. Got Andreas Montechero in P7. Quinn Smith is now P3. Jeez, it's like the first qualifying session all over again. There is less of a gap between P1 and P2, or P1 and P3 right now. In Q1, qualifying 1, there was 0.050 from P1 to P3, and now it's 0.045. Half a thousandth less. And the worst part is, Ed Kerstetter hasn't even, he was the pole setter last race. As we have Moses in P10, Sophie Jones is in 11th, Brock in 21st, run through the orders. We got Lamlin, who's still in the pits, looks like they're not going to qualify. Gonzalez isn't going to qualify. As jump on board with Sophie Jones, currently 7/10 up on their time. This could jump them up all the way to P7th, which would be quite a jump up. As more times are coming across, looks like the 888 of Padberg wasn't able to cross the line before the timer ran out, and he won't set a valid lap. As most of these drivers are finished, as we got Jones currently 1.1 seconds up on their time. Let's see where they finished from 12th to P7. Good lap from them. As we have 74 about to cross the line. That's Burkhoff yet to set a lap from 37th all the way up to P21. Next we got Devin Brock, who is just about making his way around Blanchimont as we speak. So he makes his way towards the bus stop. Doesn't look like they're improving their time, as it looks like they're a couple tenths down. And they are going to stick P24th, as they were not able to improve their time. We have Kerstetter, who's currently a tenth up. They have just the right amount of time to jump to P1 right now. So this could be close. As long as he nails the rest of this lap, he could set pole. As he makes his way around Blanchimont towards the bus stop. And he takes the bus stop way better. And it looks like he's going to take pole position by quite a margin. There's Ed Kerstetter taking provisional pole with a 2:17.405. Kenneth Portis is going to cross the line in P5 with a 2:18.080. So that is a qualifying session. That is the second one of the evening, as we are going to be starting our second race here shortly. As we have 2.5 minutes plus the full formation lap until we start our second race of the evening. If you're just tuning in, This is our GT3 championship, summer championship for 2022. Tonight's races are for qualification purposes only, so no points will be paid out, but these races, along with your time you set on the Quali server, is going to tell you the league admins which split to put you in, whether it be split 1, split 2, or split 3. So as you can see, Landry currently split 2, but he's P6, so he might be split 1, right? Whereas you have, let's say, Brock. He may have just had a bad qualifying session, but they may not be split 1, a split 1 contender. But only time will tell, and only the stewards can tell. Well, admins. Alright, we'll quickly run down. Ed Kerstetter taking pole position for the second time tonight. Alongside him, Riley Manier. Second row, you got Marc-Andre Melancon and Quinn Smith. Fifth and sixth, you got Kenneth Portis II and Marc-Antoine Landry. Sophie Jones and Ricardo Rivera. P7 and 8, Professor Chronotis and Andreas Mostachero rounding out your top 10. P11, you got William Colin in the 36 BMW. 13th, you got Matt Artem. 14th, Ali Raza.
About the night qualifying, you worried about that?
Or Ali Raza. I don't know why I keep saying Ali, but Ali Raza. 15th, you got Jarek Snyder. 16th, Provolone. 17th, Lackany. Cass Lassie in 18.
You look so calm. I mean, I expected you
19th is Will Campbell, sorry. And Ross Fallon rounds out your top 20. P21, you got Mike Burkhoff. P22, Eric Kukassian. P23, Stephen Buckley. 24, you got Brock. 25, you got Carlos Guzman. 26, Fabiano Pancheniak. 27, Aaron Kuhn. Kevin Yu in 28th. Andy Yoke in 29th. Piscato in 30th. You have the other Guzman brother, Jose, in 31st. Ortiz in 32nd. Turner 33. 34 is Elmer. 35 is Hopkins. Taylor is 36th. Territorian 37. Padberg 38. Gonzalez 39. Lamlin 40. Rosano 41. And Cusworth in 42 or 42nd. Rounding out the grid as the drivers start the second formation lap of the evening. And if you want to know what the results were for race 1, I would love to know them too, because the server crashed. Hopefully that does not happen for the second time around. As we have a very long formation lap ahead of us. And yes, was 3:04. You definitely want to push, especially in a 30-minute sprint race with no mandatory pit. Listen to all the different roars of the engines as they make their way around Spa for the formation lap. You got Campbell weaving, trying to get a bit of heat into his tires before the start of this race. Eric Kakassian fusing with Mike Burkhoff. To perform, or to become one supercar. As they make their way towards La Source. Again, they don't start at the start straight finish, they start after La Source. Whenever they get the go-ahead from the race director. As they start making their way down the straight towards Eau Rouge and Radion. Just waiting for the green flag, which is any second now. And we are green, and there are 2 drive-thrus for 8 of Sophie Jones and the 39 car of... Who's the 39 car? Of Carlos Guzman, as we are going through Eau Rouge and Radion. Oh, it looks like there is a big pile up towards the back of the field. And that was a lot of drivers caught up in that one. Oh no. Not good. But Riley McNear gets a good start, as Kerstetter gets pushed down to P3 in the opening stages, and maybe P4 as he's being challenged by Quinn Smith. But Kerstetter has the inside line around the hairpin, and he's going to be able to hold on to the position for now. But Quinn Smith is right on his tail, but so is Landry to Kenneth Portis. And you've got Professor Kernotis being hunted down by Colin, I believe. No, that's Mostachero. And you got Jones, but that's one of the 2 with the drive-through, which is very unfortunate. As the 2 front runners start to run away with it a little bit, they've got about... a 7... just under a second between second and third right now, but only 3/10 between first and second. As we'll try to jump down towards more to the back of the field between Ali Raza. Let's get the relative on the screen there. As we've got Taylor and Padberg. Ooh, and that is a car off. That is Gage Gonzalez in the dirt. Wonder what happened there as Lamlin went wide, and Lamlin bumps into the Honda of Mike Burkhoff. I believe that's Mike Burkhoff. Interesting. Oh, it looks like Carlos Guzman has taken their drive-through, which at Spa is brutal, as there was yellow just after Eau Rouge with Moses, Raza, and yeah, that's something happened there as Amir Lockney gets passed by Campbell. But Provolone and Snyder are side by side right now. That's what is going on. You got Kat Kaslassi and Provolone neck and neck. Buckley and you are going at it at the hairpin. And they are side by side going around speakers. Use kind of slots in behind, but Guzman is sticking on this pack of 3 right now, or on these 2, making it a 3-man pack, as you see another 3-packer behind them. So let's see, you got Burkhoff and Lamlin. They're close to one another. What else do we have that is battling? We got this train of drivers for P2. Holy. As Melancon takes the outside over Kerstetter, is able to make the move happen. He's going to the inside line going into the source. And this train of 8 drivers. As Ed Kerstetter is going to try the switchback. He's not going to be able to make it happen. But the 8 drivers, there is a line of 8 of them. That is insane. As they make their way through Eau Rouge and over top of Radion. Oh, a big spin from Melancon and into the wall. Oh no. As Kerstetter is going to be challenged by Quinn Smith, the top speed of that Lexus is insane. Quinn Smith has the inside line. They're going to go side by side. But Kerstetter is able to hold on to P2 as the drivers in the background. It looks like Campbell may have gotten tangled up with somebody there. So we got Lackany and Melancon after Melancon's early spin. But we got Quinn Smith challenging Kerstetter again, but Kerstetter again being able to hold on. But what Quinn Smith has to think about is Landry, who is now on the offensive. As Manier, with these drivers battling at the back of the pack here, or not the back, but behind him, they are just slowing each other down, giving Manier an easy go at it. As Quinn Smith is being hunted down by Landry now. Train of drivers still not letting up. But unfortunately, the driver of Jones right now has a drive-through, and I believe they have to serve it this time around or they will get penalized. And Quinn Smith is going to have a go on the inside of Ed Kerstetter. He thinks better of it, and he slots back in behind Ed Kerstetter going into the bus stop. Could spell trouble for Jones. Yes, that is trouble for Jones. Unlucky. But that was some really good battling from all of them. I wonder if they just didn't realize they had the drive-through from the start. Oh, and who is that in the wall? That's Landry off in the distance in the wall. And it looks like they may call it quits, but they're still going. You hate to see it, as Quinn Smith and Ed Kerstetter are still battling it out, as they've built themselves a little bit of a gap to Kenneth Portis in P4 right now. As Kerstetter has the inside line and parks it right where he needs it. He is able to hold on to P2 for now, as we got Jose Guzman and Padberg. Padberg may have a go, and he got close. He was thinking about it, but unable to make the move stick for now. As we got Territorian getting by Kuhn. And Aaron Kuhn is going to be under fire from Fallon, as we have a yellow flag towards the back of the field between Burkhoff, but I don't know, yeah, between just Burkhoff. Jones is just permanently yellow for some reason, and Burkhoff is not moving. As we got Kevin Yu and D. Brock going at it. As right now, your race leader, Riley Manier, the P27 Adidas Parley Honda, currently with a 6-second gap on P2 right now. As these three drivers make their way over Radion, looks like Quinn Smith is going to have the advantage, especially with the slipstream. And Kenneth Portis. Ed Kerstetter has to take the defensive line. See if Portis follows through. Doesn't, but it looks like he might send it. He was thinking about sending it 3 wide around Lacombs. So make their way towards the hairpin. So you got Chris Moses and Marc-Andre Melancon. On board with Ross Fallon. Ooh, something happened with Burkhoff, it looked like. Ooh, and Turner's in the pits. As we got Guzman being hunted down by Brock going around this windy part of the track, which I've forgotten the name of already, even though I've been saying it for most of the night. So it makes its way around Stavelot. So you got Lackney taking a little bit of a defensive line going into the bus stop. Is Snyder gonna... Looks like Snyder isn't going to be able to make a move on the outside. So Snyder is just going to have to keep on digging and trying to find a way past Lackney, which Lackney has to take a more defensive line going into turn 1. It looks like Castley gets by Snyder. Or Castley gets by Snyder. Ooh, and the Lamborghini gets a little loose going over Radion. It's definitely gonna ruin the exit a little bit. As they get passed by... As they go side by side with Lackney. They keep it clean. This is a close battle between P11, P12, and P13 right now. Oh, yellow between Guzman and Buckley towards the back of the field. Looks like there may have been an incident over at the Radion, but that is that for Guzman. Unlucky. And this has been some good racing. So we got Moses and Melancon. Spa, taking the lives of many. Unlucky. So now we got Kenneth Portis and Ricardo Rivera. Both Hondas. And Taylor is just going to get out of the way. He wants no part of this. Oh, yikes, man. Like, what happened there? Did he bounce off, like, the wall or something and collect you? Or did you go side by side through Eau Rouge and Radion? But as Moses and Melancon go through Eau Rouge and over Radion, looks like Moses might have a little bit of damage on that BMW. We'll see if Melancon can get a little bit of a slipstream and make a move towards the end of the Kemmel Straight, and he's going to go for it, but he is just making himself known. As he sends his nose up on the inside, a very aggressive move, but I don't think he touched him as Melancon gets by Moses just by making an aggressive move, but it was a legal move. He gave him the space as we reach the halfway point in our race, our last race of the evening, as we got Snyder being hunted down by Campbell right now. Lassie being hunted down by Snyder as Turner, the McLaren ahead of them, is a blue flag. Yeah, that is not good. It looks like this is still our closest battle on track. The back marker not wanting to back off. As the back marker is going to shoot it real wide to get off the track and to let him by. I believe that's 81. I believe that's the back marker. It is the back marker of Turner, so nothing to worry about there. That's Castlesea and Snyder. It looks like Snyder was actually able to get by. But the Kemmel Straight, it can be taken from you just like that, as Campbell right on the wing. They're side by side through Lucombs as Provolone is on the wing. They give each other the space, they don't touch, and that is some clean racing. Kozlowski tries for the switchback, but now Kozlowski's under fire from Provolone. As Snyder gets through. No, Campbell Keselowski is able to take the... Is able to hold on to position. There's just so much going on right now. These four drivers are all so close to one another. As we got Kirsten and Quinn Smith going side by side. Looks like Elmer got out of the way for them. As we're going to go side by side through Blanchimont. Ed Kerstetter is able to hold on while there is a yellow flag for somebody. A 27 car of Riley Manier. Wonder what happened there. As that puts Ed Kerstetter back into the lead. The race leader, Riley Manier, made a costly error, and that pushes Ed Kerstetter into the lead of this race. With just over 11 minutes to go, but it's still anybody's race as they make their way towards Eau Rouge. Kerstetter might get gobbled up by this Lexus, especially with the slipstream. He's going to take the defensive line early, but he's going to weave a little bit to try to break the slipstream. Quinn Smith is going to take the inside line to make their way around Lacombe's. Oh, maybe a little bit of a touch, but they keep it clean. And Kerstetter still holds on to the lead for now, while Quinn Smith and Kenneth Portis close in tow. Just to make their way around Brussels. This race has opened up for Kerstetter, Smith, and Portis. I kind of want to know what happened to Manier there. He was at such a lead and just must have like clipped a curb at Blanchimont or something and threw him. But he's in the pits right now. That's Manier. This battle for the lead has been intense. It's been the Quinn Smith and Ed Kerstetter show, with Portis lurking in the distance. Oh, as they both overshoot it. But Kerstetter holds on to the lead and Portis takes second. They both overshot the braking point there and almost ended up losing their back end. But as I was saying, now instead of Quinn Smith, now it's Kenneth Portis on the wing of Ed Kerstetter. So it looks like Portis might have a better run going down the Kemmel Straight. They're going to go side by side. As they make their way to Lacombe's. They're going to keep it clean, but Kerstetter's going to keep the lead barely, but he's able to hold on to his position. So there's less than 10 minutes left in this race, with Ed Kerstetter leading, Kenneth Portis in second, and Quinn Smith in third. But as we see the battle up here, you have Quinn Smith and Ricardo Rivera. They're getting close to one another. But Portis and Kerstetter, they're still neck and neck, as we have Campbell and Padberg. They're going to go side by side. Oh, and there was a tag from Campbell onto Padberg going around the hairpin. And that is going to set him back a little bit. This Padberg is still yellow, and it looks like that might be his race. And I believe it was. Very unfortunate. You hate to see it. As we got Lackney and Snyder going at it. Snyder was thinking about going out on the outside line. But now we've got Kerstetter and Portis going side by side through the bus stop, giving each other room. But Portis has taken the lead. He has taken the lead of this race with under 7 minutes to go. Let's see if Ed Kerstetter has anything to say about that while they go around the source and make their way down towards Eau Rouge. As the 42 car has spun, but Ed Kerstetter has fallen behind Portis by a little bit, but then you got Quinn Smith and Rivera who are getting relatively close to one another. And with 6 minutes left, this win, the winner of this race, could be any one of these four drivers at the moment. But right now it looks like Portis is actually building himself a little bit of a gap to Kerstetter. And right now, if you're Portis, you are hoping that Quinn Smith tries to make a move onto Kerstetter to slow them down, as Portis has almost broken the slipstream of Kerstetter, and Quinn Smith is right on the rear wing of Ed Kerstetter. Sorry for just showing the front of the pack, folks, but this is an intense battle, and it is the closest battle on track, and it just hasn't stopped all race. Actually, it hasn't stopped since Munir had his off. As Kerstetter, Smith, Rivera are all still duking it out. Oh no, Rudy, what happened? And who, which driver were you? As Quinn Smith was thinking about making a move on the inside, but he thinks better of it. And this... Oh, Munir. That's what happens? Damn. I'm big sad for you as well. I just know you had like a 5-second lead and then you were in the grass. Unlucky. Vivacious. How are you doing tonight? And no problem. As they make their way over Radion, Ed Kerstetter. Portis has broken the toe, so Kerstetter might be a sitting duck while Quinn is on the inside as they make their way towards Lacombe's. A little bit of a slide it looked like from both Kerstetter and Smith, but Kerstetter still holding on to P2. Smith very close to his rear wing though. Smith sends it up on the inside. Oh no! Smith sent it on the inside, a late move, but it did not pay out, and he actually lost out to Ricardo Rivera there. And that opened up the gate for Kenneth Portis, who now has a 2.3 second gap to Kerstetter. And Kerstetter 7/10 away from Rivera. And Quinn Smith has completely fallen off, as he is about just over 2 seconds behind Rivera. It was a very late move, but it did not pay off. I'm sorry to hear that, Munir. I am sorry to hear that. That is awful. But I mean, at least you're not the only unlucky one. There has been a lot of death here. So right now we got this train of 3 drivers. See if someone tries to make a move at the bus stop. Oh, it looks like Lassie and Campbell were side by side, and they're still side by side going around the bus stop. They're still side by side as they make their way towards the source. This will give Lackney a little bit of a breathing room as these two are just slowing each other down. And it looks like they're unable to shake one another, but Lackney isn't able to build a gap either, as, oh my, that looked close, because Lassie pulled in just ahead of Campbell. As it looks like Campbell might be trying to make a move on the outside, which sends the 59 Lamborghini on the defensive line as they make their way through the combs. And Campbell is able to make the move happen and jumps up to P10. Great move by Will. But he is not out of the woods yet, as you still have Daniel right behind him in that Lamborghini. He's going to want that position back. And it looks like we may have one more lap after this one. So the opportunities, it's now or never. So we got Lackney and Campbell. Campbell just passed Lassie, but he wants more. He wants P9. As we don't get the bonus lap, and that is Kenneth Portis in P1, but Rivera P2 at the last second, and Kerstetter P3, Quinn Smith in P4, Andreas Mostachero P5, looks like Marc-Andre Melancon in P6. Can't believe we missed that. Chris Moses is going to cross in P7. Jarek Snyder P8. Very good showing from him. You got Will Campbell in 9th, able to get past Lackney in 10th, and Cass Lassie in 11th. Provolone in 12th. You got Lamlin 13th. Eric Kakassian is gonna, as long as he's able to hold it, but the Lamborghini is not able to make the move happen, as Eric Kakassian in P14th. Pancheniak in 15th. Hopkins in 16th. Aaron Kuhn looks like he's going to cross in 17th, but Fallon unable to make it happen. So Aaron Kuhn is 17th. Ross Fallon is going to cross in 18th. Cusworth and Oak, they're still close. This one mistake could cost, but he holds on to it. And Cusworth is going to cross in 19th. Oak in 20th with looks like a damaged McLaren. Territorian is going to cross the line in 21st. Carlos Guzman coming around Blanchimont right now, making his way towards the bus stop for the final time of the race. And he is going to cross the line in P22nd after an early drive-through really set him back. So we got Brock in the 12 BMW. Just came around Blanchimont, coming towards the bus stop chicane for the final time. He's going to have 21st locked in. It's Rosano. He's going to have 22nd locked in, as Kronotis behind is a back marker. So Rosano is going to cross the line in 22nd. And that will be the race once Chronotis right behind them finishes. And that is the race, everybody. So not the race, but the race is a very exciting 2 races tonight. At Spa, there was a lot of drama, a lot of action, just a bit of everything. Killer Beach, thank you for the raid. How did the stream go? How did the race go? As that was very exciting. Yeah, we're gonna have to definitely see some replays there. But that was close at the end there. So, our top 3, Kenneth Portis, Ricardo Rivera, and Ed Kerstetter. That was a very tight second race, that's for sure. We'll send it to the Be Right Back screen. We'll get some highlights loaded up, and I don't know if we're going to do any interviews tonight. But
Hey, Shy.
Hey, Eric.
I got Portis coming in for an interview, and I'm gonna go grab the other 2.
Sounds good.
And he is here.
Welcome. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. That was a fun race.
Oh. With Manir having such a big gap towards you guys towards the beginning of that race, do you think you had a chance?
Oh, for sure he had a chance. He was a rocket ship both in the corners on the straight. I mean, he easily seemed to have a good couple tenths on the rest of us. I didn't see what happened. I think he bended it and bunched him on something. Maybe he caught the curve or something. I was surprised to see him in the grass off to the side there.
Yeah, so he was actually in the Twitch chat, and he said he got caught behind a back marker, so he had to lift, and then the car did not like that. And that was that. He spun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. With the NSX, if you have to lift in that corner, the rear's going to go on you every time. Very, very tricky. I'm sad to see it, but hopefully the next couple of events he'll be right back up there, I'm sure.
For sure. So, how did you spend your off season? Were you just taking a break, or was there other leagues, or were you grinding?
Yep, been grinding. I guess I want to say 24/7, but not really. But just learning the new car, or the pseudo quote unquote new car that we have. Just trying to learn its in and outs, and get it set up, sorted.
So, Reid, if you don't mind me popping in here, Porter, wicked fast out there. Congratulations. I'm not sure if this question was already asked, but how'd you find out about us? Where'd you hear about Trackalicious?
I don't really know. I know
Taylor Racing, thanks for the raid.
Eric Miller.
How did the stream go?
With, another league that was in Zealous Racing League, and so I heard about you guys from them, but that was a long time ago when you guys first started up. I think you guys were previously under another name at that point in time.
Yeah.
But I was looking for something to do on a Sunday. I hadn't done a Sunday league in a while. and I noticed that this one popped up, so I decided to give it a chance.
Yeah, very glad you did, and glad you could finally join one of our leagues and give Mr. Rivera and Kerstetter a run for their money. How was
for the second race day on a row?
Yeah, you guys are crazy fast out there, and I feel like every time we go to a new season, we get more guys battling for that first place position. So, Ricardo, Ed, I'll start with Ricardo being second. How was it racing against Mr. Portis here?
Actually, this was my first race ever on the Honda, and I did a lot of practice, but this car feels super good. In the first race, yeah, with Portis, I think that 2 races, I was like right behind him all the time, but I couldn't have like or equal his pace. I couldn't go never for a move to him.
Very cool. Reid, I know you were watching. I'm sure you have more questions for them, so I just wanted to say hi to these guys and let you take over the rest of the interviews here.
Sounds good. I've already asked Portis this, but Ed and Ricardo, how did you guys spend your off season? Did you guys, take a break, grind hard, or other leagues? We'll start with Ed.
Yeah, I had some home construction going on, so I actually took 3 weeks completely off, which was kind of nice. And tonight was the first time getting back in, so it was good to hop back in and good to race against these guys. We got a bunch more guys up in the top that are super quick, so it'll be a good season.
And what about you, Ricardo?
For me, well, I didn't take a break. I was trying to qualify for the SRO and doing some European series short ones. So I actually kept racing during the off season.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. If you like what you do, there's no point in taking a break, right?
Yeah. But glad to be back here again for another one.
Yeah, you guys definitely killed it this race. I want to know what was going through both of your heads, Ed and Ricardo, at that last bus stop, because I'm pretty sure it was Ricardo who overtook Ed at the end there.
Yes.
Yeah, we were just actually chatting about it before, and I thought he was far enough back where I was like, I'll take the inside, and then I'll drive it a little deep, and he won't have a chance. And egg on my face because he apexed that second corner perfect and came off, and then I was looking at the line and looking at where we were at, and I was like, he's gonna get me. He's gonna get me, and what you get me by like a fender or something like that. It looked like.
Yeah,
So
something like that.
fantastic job by Ricardo on that last corner. He took that bang on.
Yeah, for you two, great fighting with you and a clean pass there. And I was in the straight, like thinking, okay, I'm gonna send it, and then I was like, oh no, he went to the inside. So I'm not gonna send it. And I don't know, I had a better exit and how it came out. I think you didn't make any error, and there was nothing else that you can do to defend the line. It was like pure luck that to get the perfect exit without losing any traction or something.
Yeah, man, you drove that perfect.
Alright, that's about... I don't think I have any more questions. Anyone have any final words to say to your fans out there?
I just feel bad for Riley and Mark. They both kind of bidded on some high-speed corners. They were super quick as well. And Quentin, I have to go back and look at him and I had some contact on the right-hander. I got to go back and look to see if that was my fault or what. But
Yeah,
man, we got some quick guys this season.
We actually caught that on stream. It was weird looking, I could say that much. I'm not a steward, but it looks like he made like a late move towards the inside, and you just didn't see him in time.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like to me. But he was super quick. I think I saw him peek in, and I was like, I'm gonna, because of the way the rules are, like kind of rightfully so. I was like, I'm gonna squeeze him, and I saw he got up on the curb. But He was quicker than I was too, so I was just I was holding him up, but I wanted to see if I could get second. But I didn't. I don't want to ever spin a guy out, so I'll talk to him later on.
All right. Anyone else have any closing words?
I just want to say I'm really excited for this season. Unfortunately, we had that crazy server disconnect, but I think we have some insanely quick guys up front. So you guys have your work cut out for you, and I think it's going to be exciting for everybody to watch. Sitting here, I can't. Usually in the past we've had one outstanding individual that kind of is clearly above the rest, but I honestly can't say that this season. And we have 5 or 6 guys that could any point in time win the race. So looking forward to you guys battling it out. And great job.
Yeah,
Great
good
job. Great
guys.
opening.
And yeah, I'm just gonna close off the stream. So if you guys want to stick around, you can. If you want to hop out, you're not forced to be here.
Before you do, Shy, let me find someone to raid here.
Yep. All right, everybody. Well,
okay. Here we go.
Thank you guys for tuning
Let's
in.
do it.
We'll be back next Sunday
Alrighty,
for our
I
official
am actually
first
gonna-
round for points paying, or for the points, as this was just the qualification race. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks to our sponsors. We got Cardo Racing School, CRS. We got Box 3 Motorsports. We got 949 Sim Racing. And as always, this is Trackalicious Sim Racing with the GT3 Summer 2022 Championship. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We hope to see you on Tuesday for the M2 Cup, Porsche Cup League. Yeah, we will see you guys on Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys later. Good night, everybody. Alright, Eric, just basically did the outro. Who are we rating?
Yeah. We're rating Nate, who's actually driving with us. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you guys stopping by, and hopefully you enjoyed the racing. Shy Guy, you're the man. Thank you so much. Hitting up our boy Nate. Follow him. He's relatively new to streaming, I think, and he was doing a great job at our race today. So, see you guys next time.
Good night, everybody.